Hey YouTube, welcome back to the vlog, and I just appreciate all of you guys being here today. We're gonna do something a little different. Typically we'd highlight one really cool clutch or one project, and today we're gonna show you just a bunch of really cool things we've hatched in the last couple of weeks, stuff that we haven't shown, but it's just such a smorgasbord, such a cool variety that's gonna look really, really awesome to see them all next to each other, all these different projects. A lot of these animals are amazing by themselves, but they're just packed with potential, and you can get to see a little bit of why I think the future of this industry is so insanely cool and bright and exciting. So let's jump in there, check out those babies, and then we'll talk about them as we go. So let's dive into some really awesome babies that have just recently hatched. You can see we don't have much inventory. We've been hatching very, very little because most of our stuff hatches between June and November approximately. But we have some really cool stuff still, but look, check out how empty the wall is over here. Just absolutely, it's amazing. It's kind of nice this time of year because it doesn't take long to feed or clean the hatchlings, but we really, really miss having all the awesome babies to look at. But let's see what just hatched recently. So from one of our first Desert Ghost clutches of the year, we ended up with a Firefly Leopard Desert Ghost, which I hadn't made this yet. I've made the Pastel Leopard Desert Ghost, but the Firefly definitely whitens out the head. It has these kind of cool, complete burnout spots on the back. Really, really awesome. So bright. And then this one is Inchy Fire Pinstripe Desert Ghost and possible Redstripe as well. Really, really pretty girl. So these two, they got snapped up as soon as they were born. They're incredible. So just to show you the difference, here's a non-Desert Ghost version of the same snake. So you see as a baby, like how big a difference there is. After that first shed alone, you can see there's a lot of dirtiness and kind of darkness to this snake. It's still very beautiful by itself, but put it next to the Desert Ghost version and the difference is so obvious and so beautiful. Really, really, really cool. So the next clutch was a Lavender Albino clutch, and it was something I was very, very excited about, putting Inchy with the Redstripe in the Lavender. In the end, we didn't get the combo we wanted, but we got some really cool and some really complicated stuff. So this is the gem of the clutch. The pairing was a Starburst, so Inchy Leopard Lavender to Fire Yellow Belly Redstripe Het Lavender. And we got a lot of really cool lavenders in the clutch, but we didn't get Inchy to hit on much. So here we go, we have a Yellow Belly Redstripe Lavender, and then this is, I believe, the Leopard version. So I think this is Leopard Redstripe Yellow Belly Lavender, and look how cool those bright orange kind of burning, almost like flames coming up the side, and nice and wide. That's why I think it's Yellow Belly. There's all this space in between the alien heads. But look how the orange from that is almost the same orange in the alien head. So they're separated, but they almost blend together. Then you have this really cool, clean white line along the sides of the back stripes, similar to how you have in the lavender itself. Then in the same clutch, we had one het animal that was actually the animal that we wanted to get the lavender version of. So this is Inchy Yellow Belly Leopard Fire Het Lavender. Really, really awesome girl. We wanted the lavender version of this, but honestly, I'm very happy with this snake. Really, really excited kind of by the total look of that and just how much different color, different types of orange we're seeing in one animal, the contrast between that. Really, really cool. Okay, so here we have two things that I've made very, very, very few of. One just bit the other one. Made very few of these in the last couple of years. These are genetic stripes, and these are really, really cool. This one is Black Pastel Spot Nose G-stripe. Really, really cool. And I like how it gives it almost a white stripe on there. Really adds to the definition. Spot nose, of course, is great for adding definition into lots of things. Here's Black Pastel G-stripe without spot nose. So you see how much lightness it adds a little bit, and then adds a little bit more, just, I guess, adds the white stripe essentially to it. And there's always this little line on the back of the head. It's really, really faint. You might be able to see it there. That is also another hallmark of spot nose, coming off the back stripe. You see a little bit of white line there. Then we have this incredible one from the clutch, and this one is Black Pastel Redstripe Yellow Belly G-stripe. Crazy, really, really interesting, because this one adds a very, very bright stripe, but it's not white, it's more yellow. And then it actually has a fair amount of side pattern. Look at all that side pattern coming in here. And I believe that's from the Yellow Belly influence in there mostly. These are all very, very theoretical IDs. I mean, I really believe that we're mostly right on it, but you have a mostly blank snake here with basically just a stripe. So the cool thing about these babies is they're 100% Het Desert Ghost, and they're either het cryptic or het clown. So it's kind of a cool thing that we don't know yet until we breed them, but they're gonna be either het cryptic or het clown because they came from a Crypton. If you guys wanna know more about that, check out my video about the Crypton project and how that all works. It's pretty complicated, but these are absolute genetic powerhouses and are really, really cool looking. So the next clutch we'll show you is actually a Crypton clutch. And so going back to that Crypton cryptic, lilac double recessive look, this is a black pastel, yellow belly, spot nose, red stripe. And this one is het desert ghost and het Crypton or cryptic. So look how red the sides are on that. Really, really cool. I think that het Crypton is actually slightly visual. And so this animal is extra colorful, extra, just a little different. I think it's more visual for it to be het cryptic than it is for it to be het clown. So I think this animal right here will prove to be black pastel, spot nose, yellow belly, red stripe. Het desert ghost, het cryptic. It's also 50% het G stripe too. So it's got so much going on. But what an absolute little powerhouse. Kind of another interesting feature here is when you have spot nose and black pastel together in the same snake, especially if you get red stripe yellow belly in there, you start to get that same bright stripe. And so spot nose is honestly having a very similar effect as it had to the G stripes we were just looking at. That really, really bright stripe that spot nose is bringing in by defining the pattern. It's funny how you have completely different mutations, completely different combo, and you kind of see some of those similar highlights still, kind of threads of commonality between them. And that's something you just see over time and really learn how when you're identifying these things, like, oh, your mind starts to pick out these little things that are in common between combos that have a few genes in common, but also very different. And the last one we're gonna look at is the actual visual Crypton. So this is a Crypton, spot nose, yellow belly, red stripe. And it's het desert ghost. So this is an amazing, amazing combo. And look how much it looks like a clown, honestly. At a quick glance, you say that's definitely a clown. But Cryptons, they look very similar to clowns, but they also have a few key differences. Most notably is the head, and they don't have as much of a clown backpack, generally speaking. But the head isn't quite a clown head. It looks halfway between clown kind of and a normal, essentially, kind of mixed. And so it is pretty easy to tell in the end, although they're similar, a difference between a Crypton and a clown. This animal turned out incredible. So this will be a fun one for the DG Clown, DG Cryptic project. We almost have the look right there, but this one essentially is just triple het. Red stripe, spot nose, yellow belly, triple het, cryptic, clown, and desert ghost. And it just looks really visual because of the Crypton interaction. And here we have a Wookie red stripe, yellow belly, clown. And look how red the sides are on this. It's really, really interesting. We're getting so many weird burgundy reds and deep, colorful browns into the clowns these days. And it's such a cool kind of feature now that we're getting such a different look from the kind of the standard tan that clowns have always been in the past. We've got tans and yellows. Then we worked more into the creams for a while there for a few years. And now we're going into the really rich dark colors with mahogany and blackhead and Wookie and chocolate and red stripe, all these different things, black pastel. This is definitely the direction kind of clowns are headed right now. And it'd be really, really cool to see kind of what the next phase is and how it all plays in. What's the next look we can get from them? Okay, the last two are actually a takeoff of the scarecrow kind of theme. We had one more clutch of them and didn't get crazy odds, but we did end up with one really wild scarecrow and then a really crazy head. So let's look at this one first. This is red stripe, yellow belly, coral glow, het clown. And it is so wild, the sides on that thing. It's very, very interesting. And this is the female maker, female making male, really, really cool. And then here we have a yellow belly scarecrow. So this actually came from the Pompeii to a leopard spot nose het clown. And so again, we have a female this time, a female coral glow with yellow belly. You see all the extra checkering here. The belly is actually pretty wild. If the camera can pick that up a little bit. A lot of undertones, a lot of weird speckling all over the belly. And it could be red stripe too. So we have essentially a yellow belly scarecrow, yellow belly coral glow leopard spot nose clown, possible red stripe. This will definitely be a holdback girl. Very, very uniform, very, very cool pattern, and yet extremely busy, extremely colorful. All right, there you have it. Some really cool stuff, some crazy variety. Everything from the scarecrow to the G-stripes to the lavenders. It's so fun every year. I look forward to so much just kind of pushing all these projects ahead because there's so much variety, so many different things. People say, what are you gonna hatch next year? Like, I just wanna make everything I have, all these different projects, just make them a little better, a little crazier, a little different, get those surprises going. I'm super excited about the industry, super excited about how much more we have to do. And when we look through the collection, we see probably 75% of the animals are beautiful visually, but they all are mostly packed with potential. And it just means we have another decade or 2 or 3 actually just to try to realize that potential, and it gets more and more fun. So thanks for following me along this journey. Thanks again for 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. It means so much that so many of you guys are interested in this amazing hobby, and it makes it so rich we can all collaborate and enjoy it together. Thank you so much to the patrons again. We just passed 225 as of recording this video, and it's an amazing, rich community we're building over there. I'm really enjoying it. So thank you so much to all you guys too. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you haven't already, what's wrong with you? Just go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you again next week.